Hello and welcome inside the Sanford Coyotes Sports Center, where we are talking South Dakota women's basketball with head coach Dawn Plitzuweit. Dawn, you had one game on the schedule last week, came at Purdue-Fort Wayne. Did not get off to a great start on either end of the floor in this game. You said as much yourself after. So what were some of the things you noticed that your team struggled with early on?
Well, I thought early in the game we were trying to push the tempo of the game on the offensive end, but we weren't really trying to do the same thing on the defensive end. It took us a while to figure out how to get some more ball pressure in different places and slow down Fort Wayne's ability to throw the ball inside.
How did you then challenge the young ladies at halftime? Because I'm sure you go in, you're frustrated, you're tied 34 apiece, and then you've probably got some choice words, maybe?
Well, some of it was how we were guarding some of their ball screen action, and so we took responsibilities for that as coaches and said some of that we're going to help you with in terms of how we cover it. So we're going to slow down how they're able to attack. But then some of it is once they pick the ball up or when they're bringing the ball up, let's pick them up earlier and get some better ball pressure. And our young ladies did a tremendous job. They really responded very, very well. And I think we separated. We were up by 16 at the end of the third quarter and then continued early in the fourth quarter and continued to build that.
Yeah, he actually held the Dons to 5 second-half field goals, just 15 points total as you pull away for that 71-49 win. Is that type of response and the fact that you can go into the locker room, make these adjustments on the fly, and the fact that your team just never seems to get rattled, even when things aren't going perfectly, is that kind of what makes them special?
Well, it is. And when you go back and you watch the film, it wasn't as if we weren't playing hard in the first half, because we were. We just weren't really in spots that we could make the plays we needed to make. You know, we were close to getting out and contesting shots. We were close to taking the ball away from their post players inside. We just weren't able to kind of complete those tasks. And so what this group of young ladies has done a tremendous job of is saying, okay, let's keep tweaking things until we figure out what works to the best of our ability. And in the same time, I think they just remained very, very calm during that stretch. And then really once the awareness of how to guard some different actions got modified enough, they really performed at a very, very high level.
So not only is this your 7th straight win overall, it also clinches the program's 5th consecutive 21 season, including all 3 of them that you've been a part of here at the University of South Dakota. How much appreciation do you, your staff, your players have for that accomplishment? Not everybody can say they've done that 5 years in a row.
Well, it really is a special aspect for our program's sake, but we're at the point in time in the season that we don't have time to really think about that or even really celebrate that right now. It's time to continue working because we have a good portion of our conference season left, the second half around. We're really excited to be back home. We went back and figured it out. Our non-conference ended with some longer road trips at Missouri State, at Missouri. Then we went to Puerto Rico and we played 3 games in a neutral site. Then we got our conference schedule and we have 6 of our first Summit League games on the road. So over the course of the last 2 months, we've traveled 10,965 miles. We've played 11 games on the road. We've been traveling for 26 of those days during those 2 months. So to some extent, we feel like Dorothy. We're clicking our heels, and we are thankful to be back home. There's no place like home.
Yeah, I think the rest of the regular season, you leave the state one time to play a game. That's got to be a pretty good feeling for you, no doubt. And the first of those games comes Wednesday night here inside the SCSC against Omaha. The Mavericks have now dropped 6 straight in the Summit League after losing to North Dakota on Sunday. And one of those was an 80-49 decision at the hands of the Coyotes back on January 20th. Now, a pretty solid performance. Obviously, you look at the score, it's pretty indicative of that. But what this time around do you want to see your team do better against the Mavericks?
Well, what we're hoping to carry forward from our last game is understanding when to really pressure, how teams are trying to attack, how to make them uncomfortable. I think that's probably the biggest thing that we learned in the game against Fort Wayne is that when they were really comfortable, they have the ability to really score. And Omaha is the same type of a team where they space the floor. They have some really big post kids there that are very, very good with their back to the basket. They have some perimeter kids who can really attack, who can really get to the rim. And so we've got to find ways to take them out of their comfort zone.
Then on Saturday, another tough one coming here is Oral Roberts comes to town. Obviously, the Golden Eagles gave you all you could handle down in Tulsa just a couple of weeks ago. What are some of the keys to avoiding another close call against the Golden Eagles?
Well, right now, Oral Roberts is 3rd in the country in 3-pointers made and they average, they're first in our conference in the Summit League at three-pointers made per game at over 10 a game. So for us to understand how to get out and, again, make teams uncomfortable and hopefully take them out of their rhythm offensively so that we can get out and we can get some ball pressure. At the same time, without the expense of giving up opportunities and good opportunities at the rim, and that will be really, really important. What we've seen so far this season is that teams continue to throw different wrinkles at us defensively, and so we've got to be really aware and really handle those situations with a lot of composure. And I thought our young ladies did that at Fort Wayne. We saw some different zone looks, some different man looks, and I thought overall our young ladies really continued to move the ball, share the ball, break them down, and took care of the ball in a lot of settings where we were trying to be sped up ourselves.
All right, well, we're looking forward to another exciting week of Kyle women's basketball. Enjoy this time at home.
That's right.
Get comfortable because it's going to be a long road here over the next few weeks inside the state of South Dakota, mostly as you close out the regular season here in the Summit League. All right, that's going to do it for us for this week. Dawn Plitzuweit, Jay Elsen, thanks for watching.